Starting this video off down here in the nerd lair, I have some really interesting news. I made a bench. I think I showed it off in a couple videos ago. Really basic stuff. Cut the wood, stained it, painted the bottom half. I'll show pictures here now. But I figured I would list that on the Facebook Marketplace to see if it got any bites. Just after 3 days of being on there, there was a few inquiries. Someone did purchase it for $50. It only cost me about $20 to make. Granted, it did take me probably 3 hours, but that's because it was only the second one I made. I'm thinking I might have a new side hustle here. I got a bunch of good comments on it. If I can make these faster, I could be making some pretty good money. It was only 30 bucks, 3 hours, $10 an hour. I could probably speed that up a little bit and then start selling handmade furniture on the side. I was really excited to see it sold. They did a porch pickup. They came, looked it over, left $50 under the doormat. Easy peasy. So I'm kind of excited about that. Next up, I did sell this Leonardo figure, finally. He is pretty dusty. I gotta clean him up a little bit. He went for $11. I got him from Goodwill several months ago. I think I got him the same night I got that Michelangelo. Tried selling him for $13. Nobody wanted him. He sat and sat and sat. I took a best offer of $11. He's somewhat heavy. I think I'm breaking even on that. I'm gonna be very cautious of these larger toys in the future, but when I was there, I just couldn't resist. 11 bucks out the door. All right, guys, we got a few things going on here. I did find this chair at Goodwill just a couple of days ago. I took it home. It cleaned up really nicely. It does have some discoloration here. I put it on Facebook Marketplace and I did notate that it does have a little discoloration on the arm. I staged it really well. I think it's gonna sell. I paid $25 for that and I'm trying to get about $70, but I will settle for anything probably over 45 bucks. Heading down into the nerd lair now. I was able to sell another Nintendo 64 game for my personal collection. Mario Kart 64. This is complete. It only went for $55. I was trying to get more. I think I started this at about $90. The problem with this one is it's the player's choice. That makes a pretty big difference with Nintendo 64 games. If it was the original release, the first run, I probably could have got 70, 75, but $55, that's not bad. I'm gonna get this packed up and ready to go tomorrow. Heading back upstairs now because I want to show you guys something that I built. I made another bench and I've already put it on the Facebook Marketplace. It does have one bite already. It's just some 2x4s and then 2x8s. Sanded, stained, painted. The last one sold for $50. This one's a little nicer. I'm trying to get $55 for that. I got one bite. They may pick it up tomorrow. I'm actually gonna go to Lowe's in the morning and buy a bunch more wood and probably have 3 or 4 built for the next week or so. Guys, I've turned my front porch into a woodworking shop. Look at this. Demand is pretty high. I'm sort of back ordered by about 3. I got a person coming to pick this one up now. She's about 20 minutes away. Just finished making that one. Have some raw wood over here, still needs to cut. These have been stained. The goal was to finish making 5 today. I think I'm still on track to do that. That one's gonna sell. One sold yesterday. More people want them, so this little additional side hustle is going pretty well. So right now, I'm on my way to pick up a free coffee table. I was trying to get this from this particular seller probably last week. I think she had it for $15 and then lowered it to $10. And I got an alert a couple hours ago saying she lowered the price to free. So I immediately told her, hey, I can come pick this up now. And then she just got back to me. It's nothing special. It looks like it's been painted black with sort of a blue design on the top. I think it's something that I'm gonna have to sand down to bare wood and then probably restain it and do a top coat. It'll probably be a lot of work, take up a lot of sanding pads, but it is free. I can work on it over the next couple weeks, no big rush. Look at this weather though. Good thing about this, it's only about 6 minutes away. We got some snow this morning. It was supposed to be over though. I don't know where this came from. We got it in. That was a bit of a pain, if I'm being honest. Coffee table's pretty big though. I didn't think it was that large. All right, made it back to headquarters. Let's get this thing unloaded.
It's huge.
I know.
You can refinish it.
That looks like it was hand painted. Has some nice detail here. Let me get a light on this. I'm gonna have to do something interesting with this. Just looking at it, I'm guessing late 80s, early 90s. Nothing super interesting, but I can try to find something to do with this, I'm sure. And like I said, it was free. Down here in the nerd layer, it's probably gonna be a couple weeks before I finish that piece off. I have a lot of work to do with it. But in the meantime, I sold another 2 items on eBay. First up is gonna be just a World War II letter. You guys have seen me sell a ton of these. I think I have about 13 left. A lot of these keep getting purchased by the same person, which is good, and I'm glad he has not asked for any sort of bulk discount because I'm selling those one at a time. Oh, also, I did sell Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask Collector's Edition. I just listed this morning. It went for $136, had it listed for $140, took a best offer. It's probably worth at most $140. They usually don't go higher than that unless they're sealed or graded. This is a pretty clean copy. The cartridge is damn near mint condition. The box is a little beat up. It is 100% complete, has the inserts, the manual, $136. I have a couple more N64 games I want to list, but they aren't really high value. I think that was the most expensive one I had. But I wanted to show you guys what I found. Just a couple of days ago, I found this pair of Jordan 4s, the Retro 4. This is a grade school children's size. I think it's size 7. I bought these for $24.99, and I'm trying to sell them for about $65. I'm sure somebody will get them eventually. They've only been listed a couple days now. Every time I find a shoe in Goodwill or just look at shoes, the bottom looks really clean, and I always wonder, oh, these look really nice. But I think Goodwill probably has some sort of shoe cleaning machine nowadays. I worked at Goodwill probably going on 10 years now. 10 years ago, when I was a student at community college, making the transition to Colorado State University, I had a big break, so I figured I'd get a part-time job. They didn't do anything to the shoes. They just put them on the shelf however they got them. Some of them stung. The bottoms were filled with mud. It looks like now they're making the effort to really clean these shoes, which is good, but they're not cheap. Those were 24. These Chuck Taylors were 17. Really common shoes that they have there, they're not cheaper than like $12.99. But I think those Jordans will sell. I'll probably try to get about 60 for them. I'm confident those can take in that sort of price. I added another game to my collection, Marvel Spider-Man. This was a huge hit last year. I got this for $20 from Best Buy, but I did have a $10 credit, so about $10.50 with tax, free shipping. This is the Game of the Year edition. Not a huge deal to me. It does have the extra DLC, and I'll be excited to play that. I need to start playing more games. Speaking of games, I found another item at Goodwill. We'll take a look at that right now. Alright guys, so I took you up here because I want to do a good wipe down on this game console. I got this whole bundle for $39.99. I was able to pop in Goodwill, and I was really happy to find this. It's a Wii bundle. I was excited about this because it had several Wiimotes in it. I counted 5. Let's pop this open and see what's in here. as I'm opening this, they also had an Xbox 360. It was the slim black one of the later models, just a 4 gig with the box. That was only $39.99. I was tempted to get that just to keep it for myself, but I said screw it. Those are pretty affordable nowadays, but the box was really nice. So in here, I'm seeing all of this for the first time. One Wiimote. And I want to check, yeah, just to make sure those are original. 2 Wiimotes. These go for about $23 each. 3, 5. Again, original. This is a Mad Catz controller, third party, and that will probably be donated back to Goodwill if that doesn't sell for anything, because I'm not keeping a bunch of controllers everywhere. The original Power Brick, that's authentic Nintendo. A couple of nunchucks, the sensor bar. This is another piece to the Power Brick. The AV cable is here. This nunchuck is broken. That might be trash. Has a memory card, which I'm noticing for the first time. I just sold 3 of those. And of course, the system itself. I have a black one in my personal collection. Didn't realize this, that faceplate is missing. And it's pretty dusty and dingy. Does it still have value? Yes, absolutely. Curious if there's a game in here. Let's get this powered on. Let's hope for just a basic game, something first party. And nope, that is empty. No additional memory card or SD card. I think once I sell all these Wiimotes, I'll definitely make my money back, plus more. That'll be sold. Probably try to clean these immediately up here, which is why I opened this up here. And then list those as well.